So this burn signature is all over, where the inside of the log is burned, but the outside is unburned, other than these speckles where the energy pops through. But you can see the line there where it goes from burn to unburn. That line would be here. It kind of curves a little bit, but anywhere, no matter how it curves, it's a straight line in as much as there is no graduation between totally burned and unburned. And it did this to this whole forest. I'll be back. I'll show you other episodes. I want to get back down to the car and show you something else real quick. Battery's running out, memory's running out. Unburned leaves, totally scorched everywhere at the bottom. Same all over here. The car's right down there. That's the log we were inspecting. All of these trees with their missing bark are from the EMF fires, electromagnetic frequencies described by Ilana Freeland under an ionized sky. Look at any of her interviews. She knows it better than I. All of these leaves are dried, not burnt, in such a way that it's clear. Anyway, I'll be back. These things right here, just like the cow pies in Spanish Fork, I'll be showing you how cow pies lit up. Notice here the burn and unburn lines. How this dense wood burnt to a crisp with nothing around it but rock. And you still have unburnt leaves. I'll explain how all this works and I'll give you great video walkthroughs, but I want to cover one more thing. Okay, this log was attached to here, but it burned all the way and snapped there, and the outside's unburned. There's lots of beaver-bitten trees that I'm going to show you in Spanish Fork Canyon that did the same thing, but right now we happen to be in Provo Canyon. The speckled burn pattern everywhere is not fire, it's from within. That's the electricity sizzling its way out, but there was no flame. It's combustion synthesis. This is the flameless forest fire that burns logs from within and leaves all the leaves and weeds laying around unburnt. And so it is all around me. This is why they cleared the roads of paradise a quarter mile on each side. So people wouldn't be walking around going, "What's that? Why'd that burn so funny? What's this? Huh? I don't know. Wow, yeah, that flame must have really liked this part and not liked that part very much." That's why they cleared the roads both sides in paradise. So people wouldn't walk in and see this and go, "Wait, what? Huh? What is this? That's not fire." And then the jig's up. These were clearly cut prior to the so-called fire, and that's why this coloration. I'm coming back to get these, because the deep coloration in these is unlike anything you've ever seen. The stain that it leaves within, those were cut prior to this so-called fire. This was clearly put here for somebody to find by somebody who knows what they're looking at, because that's pine tree, that's not pine tree, that is pine tree, and there's not any pine trees around here. See where it goes from burned to unburned right at the tip? Right here, there's an unburned region and a slightly unburned, but from here to here, and then again from here down to here, and you'll see what I was talking about, how it's burned right here at this tip, and this tip, and that tip. We'll see that later, but clearly someone sat this here, because it's unburned here, they cut it, or a beaver chewed it. Unburned here, burned, unburned, burned, starts as unburned, and it burns there. Unburned through here, burned, unburned, burned, unburned, burned, unburned. And as you see, I move the phone and then I bring it to a stop so you can see the details. Robert O'Tay keeps it moving, says, ain't nothing but forest fire here, man. See, and he moves it slowly enough where it looks like he's trying to show you. But if you just keep it moving a little bit, I'm just trying to show you, man, ain't nothing like, there's the forest right behind my house and it was burned. Forest fire. See, this is my pointer stick that I collected from last year when these directed energy weapons dropped down in Spanish Fork, Utah. And as you can see, it's got burn traveling along the inside. And that burn mark, you could not reproduce without huge amounts of electricity. You'll see the spike, how it burns from the top down. And here's one of those burn lines. If it would focus, it would really help, but it's probably not gonna, so I'll just keep talking. My point is, who can take you up the canyon, trip out on some deer and turkeys, back up, say, what the hell is that? Got a directed energy weapon attack, tree burnt from the inside out like that stuff that happened last year. The plasma man can, but this phone just will not focus. Unbelievable. So, it's not a question of if, it's not a question of my opinion versus their opinion. It's a matter of the evidence versus these people that want to intentionally mislead people and pretend they don't know what's going on when clearly they do, and they're taking orders from people who benefit from the doubt that they create in the mind of the public. Is there any doubt this camera won't focus? Anyway, so they create doubt in the mind of the public and pass the benefit of that doubt along to the owners and the creators of these directed energy weapons that use solar plasma, who are also probably opening that magnetic field, creating that interdimensional portal, as seen on the 20-second video that I was given, just like today's episode. I didn't mean to show you this. I wish it would focus. But it looks like I wasn't off duty today. Prometheus decided he had a job for me. And as I said, you can follow the impulse. And sometimes those turkeys that cross your paths and there's someone running their mouth there, a talking monkey, thinking they know something, often it's an angel. Always it's an angel crossed your path. Sometimes it's a turkey, a real turkey. And what I'm referencing is the fact that I just stumbled upon this like I stumbled upon everything else, fell backwards into it. And like Winston Churchill said, sometimes, occasionally, men will stumble upon the truth. But most of the time, they will pick themselves up and hurry off as if nothing ever happened. Well, I fell upon 4 truths. Microchipped people, malfunctioning moons, microwave forest, oh my! And then the solar plasma interdimensional portal behind the sun simulator with at least 4 craft transiting it, the shape of triangles with a circle around them. And that'll be some of the content of my future episodes. Because once you understand that, you see it everywhere. That's kind of a different subject. For now, let's just say that not only Spanish Fork Canyon, but now Provo Canyon, I stumbled upon it, has been hit by these directed energy weapons, but there was no coverage of, there was coverage of Spanish Fork fires. There wasn't much coverage of any Provo Canyon fires, because there was just a little here and a little there all summer after those big ones hit, and it just became the new norm.